Today, we're gonna turn this tank into this frozen winter wonderland. This is either gonna look really insane or it's gonna end horribly and I'm gonna throw the whole thing out the window. So let's get started. Alright, so to start, because this is a planted aquarium, I'm using a soil and a rock. So you can do one or the other. I like to mix both. This is more rock material. This is more of a dirt material. Because it's a planted aquarium, I'm gonna put the both in under all of my substrate so that when I plant the plants in there, they have something to grow in. So let's get started doing that first. So with planted aquariums, you want to make sure that they have plenty of substrate in them for your plants to grow in. It's an important step. And it also helps to have tools like these. Once you get all the substrate in, you want to take your little rake and pull it away from all the edges. Like you can see I did here. And that's so that when you dump the rocks in and all your decorative material, you don't see it lined up right here around the front of the tank. All right, now I'm gonna start with the rocks. I'm gonna dump this on. That will give me kind of a flat layer to start working with. Also, check this out. For the first time in my life, I went to a pet store and bought a big rock. It's also pretty cool. And I like that it kind of looks like snow. So I got 2 of these that I'm gonna put in here and help make the mountain look. Hopefully make it look mountainy. I like this rock. It's actually a very, very vibrant blue. So hopefully when I sprinkle the sand over it, it looks half decent. But so now I'm gonna stack up the rocks now that we have an actual surface to work on. So let's get that started. So we gave them a good rinse. It'll be to figure out how to get them to sit in there half decent. So I'm gonna start something like, look at this one. Love the colorings on that now that it's a little bit soggy. So you just gotta put them in and play with them. Let's see. I'm actually thinking I built this, which is out of the blue ice rocks, and then I glued them together and then I sealed it with a fish safe sealant. So I actually want to put this in first because I'm going to make this an ice cave around it. So we're going to move these out of the way. I'm going to tuck this right back in here. And then we're gonna figure out how to, let's see, I don't know, maybe this one will be on its own little separate piece over here. Like that. A lot of this is just playing with it and seeing how it looks. Alright, so I have my washed slate rock, which is just like a shattered slate. I'm gonna start stacking it in around and try to see. So this is what we got so far. So we got the rock in that corner. That one's probably gonna change a little. But then I have this. Starting to get stacked up. All this I'm gonna fill up with substrate and stuff to help keep the rocks there. So it's looking so far. You can Let's see if I can get the glare out of it. You can see it looks like a little ice cave in there. I'm actually really digging it. So we're gonna get that soil put in there and then keep stacking. Alright, here's what we got so far. So I got the mountain all stacked up, which is almost to the top of the tank. And then you can kind of see the ice cave in there. But if we come in here, you can see down in there. You see the ice cave and the mountain. So, quite a bit of rock on that side, but that's okay. Got it stacked up. I threw the white rocks on it to kind of help make it look for snow. Now we need to start working on this area now that the mountain and the ice cave is done. Alright, now for the fun part. So I went and 3D printed me some trees. Also an igloo. I have another big igloo printing up that's gonna go in the center here, but I have this one that I put on top. I actually pulled that one rock off and put this one on top, so it looks like it's kind of, you know, on a mountain far away. Now I have these trees, but the problem is they're gonna float because they're plastic and hollow. So I carved a hole in the bottom. I'm gonna fill them up with sand, glue it shut, and then I have a fish safe sealant, what I put on those rocks in there, that I'm gonna put over this whole thing just to keep whatever harmful stuff might be seeping through from the plastic, so we don't wipe our fish tank out. So I'm gonna get these filled up with sand and then we'll be right back. All right, we are back and I got it. A little bit bigger igloo. It's a little bit crazy to think that this was a 16-hour print. But I mean, the detail on it, if the camera focuses, is actually, oh there you go, is actually pretty insane. So, I mean, it looks legit. It's just, you know, 16 hours. But, so we're gonna get this put in. I have my trees and my igloos drying out. Kind of start, I'm thinking something like that maybe. I don't know. What do you think, Warren? By the entrance, or does we need something over here? Alright, this is what we got so far. So you can kind of see down in there into that ice cave. I have a little light that I'm going to put in there. But this is kind of what I'm feeling about the trees and the igloo. Alrighty gang, here's what we're working with. I put the light on so you can see it. We got the mountain done. You can see the ice cave. Got the igloo set. Got some snow in it. I am waiting for a little light that I'm gonna put in there. I want to put that in before I fill everything with water. So we'll pick the camera up when we got the light, and then yeah, we're basically done. Alrighty gang, we're back, and check it out. We got a little underwater light that I want to try putting in this cave. Also, it's pretty much done now. I put the lid on it, so we're gonna turn on the light real quick. I just have to be out of the picture, otherwise it focuses on my face and the light. See, check it out. That looks pretty. I love it. Also, I put a background on it in case you guys are trying to figure out what's changed. I've never actually used a background on any of my tanks, so we got us a sweet little underwater light. Now there is something I wanted to show you guys. So if you didn't notice, I piled the rocks and sand up on one side and not on the other of the igloo. So it looks like all the snow's been blowing down off and then catching up against the igloo. There you go. Now you can tell there's an ice cave a whole lot better. Perfect. Alright. Okay. And I'm not really sure how I'm going to be able to get that in there. I'm going to turn this light off so we don't blind the whole world. Pull this off. Now, I need to get it down inside, but there. I need smaller hands. But I angled it away from the from the camera. I angled it away from the part you're gonna look at, since I've angled at the walls. Alright, moment of truth. Yes, guys. Oh, here. Let's pull you off. Check this out. I think I need to bury it barely more in the rocks so it gives off more of a glow. Wonder how it looks when we turn on. Focus. Yeah, it still glows a little. Perfect. Alright, I'm gonna set you guys down for a second. I'm gonna bury that in a little more rock and then try to hide that cord a little better. Alright, we are back and I had an idea. So, I found these little, oh boy, they're aquarium rocks. I don't know how well it's gonna focus, but they're like little shiny pieces that I'm gonna chuck in there to help make it almost look like a disco party. And I do not know how I'm getting these out without making a big mess. Oh shit. Here you go. See? These fish are gonna be blinged out of their mind. There we go. I don't want it illumination bright. I just want it to glow. I love my great ideas. Okay. I am gonna put a couple more of these ones in there to help give it that more of a glow. I don't want bright light. I just want to glow. Yeah. Okay. And more of my white to help cover up this ugly cord. There we go. Some down this side right here. Beautiful. Now we're cooking. Oh, come on. It's not that bright. It's like a soft, it's like a soft glow, but the camera's just picking it up too much. But yeah, there we go. Now, we're finally ready to put some water in. Here we go, first bit of water. Now I know there's probably a million better ways to do this, but I'm doing it nice and slow with little containers so that I can watch all of my artifacts and make sure they don't start floating. Because I've never 3D printed items for a tank before, so I hope I got enough weight on them. Alright, she's full. Get the fish. Yeah. That ought to teach you to float. I'm waterboarding an igloo. Tell me where the air pockets are. You like the cave glow?
Mm-hmm.
Stay. Stay. Ooh. Turns out waterboarding does work. Turns out all you gotta do is waterboard them when they float. Anybody else want to float? Huh? Yeah, that's what I thought. And there we go. The final bowl. It is full of water and the igloo isn't floating. Let's see how it looks with the lid and light on it. Whoa, why is my... Ah! Oh no, our table, it's broken. All right, no need to panic, people. We fixed it. The light fell off. Minor problem. Here we go, moment of truth. The camera don't like the light much. Still pretty bright for the camera. And you can still see in the ice cave pretty good. Let's turn it back on. Yeah. Either way, like, they still look. They look pretty cool. Alright, now we need to get all of our filtration on and our heater on. Alright, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I had a lot of fun setting this tank up. If you did enjoy the video, don't forget to like, and if you're new here and you haven't already, don't forget to subscribe. There's a few more tanks similar to this in the planning process that I decided of when I was setting this one up. So there's some more cool tanks coming your way. But thank you guys for watching, and I hope you guys have a good day.